Good evening to East Texas, and thank you for being with us this Thursday night. Our top story. Authorities say a Tenhal ISD student is facing consequences after placing a hoax 911 call to the district. We learned tonight similar calls have been a problem dating back to October. At least 8 other hoax calls described by officials as terroristic threats have been made. The most recent happened just 2 days ago, causing more than a dozen officers to respond to an active shooter situation. Our Kiati Patel brings us the latest details.
For Susie Plata, who's a mother to a 13-year-old middle schooler at Tenhal ISD, the hoax call take a toll on her emotions.
You just never know. It's so scary. I don't see why people want to mess with kids like that, you know, so I don't know.
But this isn't the first time she's had to endure the unknown. Since last October, the school district has received 8 hoax calls.
Over the course of the year, we've had a series of calls and events and threats that have come over anonymously to our landline phones that we've had to respond to.
Superintendent Scott Tyner says the most recent hoax call came to the sheriff's office, which led to more than a dozen officers rushing to the school following the 911 call. The caller, posing as a Tenhal ISD employee, leading officers to believe there was an active shooter situation on campus. After further investigation, authorities were able to pinpoint a suspect for the specific hoax call, who's a minor.
It was a very frustrating waste of resources and time, it felt like at times, but we had to do it. It was part of what we're charged with doing.
Tyner cautions that even though each of these calls were a hoax, staying alert is essential to treat each of these threats very seriously.
After about the 5th time, you get a little numb to being called out, called back. And so trying to keep that urgency is important, and I think our people and our folks and certainly our law enforcement help in this area has done that.
As for the mother, who's a cashier at the nearby convenience store, she hopes investigators are able to end the ongoing hoaxes.
I just wish they would stop because, you know, that's very frightening.
Kiati Patel, East Texas News 9.
So far, authorities have only pinpointed one suspect connected to the most recent hoax, who is a minor. However, with one case solved, investigation remains ongoing to find who's responsible for the numerous others.